Would you still say, "I do," if you discovered a devastating betrayal moments before? What if that betrayal led to something even darker? Murder. Before we dive into this shocking story, comment below where you're watching from today. And if you love tales of secrets, betrayals, and deadly twists, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more gripping narratives. The grand ballroom shimmered under golden chandeliers. White roses adorned every table, and soft violin music filled the air. Emily stood at the altar, fingers gripping her bouquet, heart pounding. She forced a smile, but inside she felt the walls closing in. Then, the massive LED screen behind the altar flickered to life. Gasps rippled through the guests as a grainy video began to play. The footage was raw, intimate, undeniable. Emily, naked and entangled in another man's arms. She was pressed against a hotel bed, her bare skin illuminated by the dim glow of city lights. The man behind her trailed his lips down her neck, his hands gripping her waist, their bodies moving in perfect rhythm. Her breathy moans filled the air as she whispered, "I need you. I can't wait until after the wedding. Nathan doesn't have to know." The camera angle shifted, revealing her lover's face. Daniel, Nathan's best friend. A collective gasp filled the room, followed by hushed whispers and shocked murmurs. Nathan's face twisted in rage. "Emily! What the hell is this?" he roared, stepping back. Emily turned pale. "Nathan, I swear it's not." "Not what?" His voice cracked. "Not real. The whole city just watched you moan his name." Daniel pushed through the crowd, his face white as a ghost. "Nathan, wait." But Nathan's fist collided with his jaw before he could finish. Daniel staggered back, knocking over a table. Glass shattered, guests screamed. The orchestra stopped playing. Emily tried to reach for Nathan, but he shoved her away. "Don't touch me." Then, a gunshot. The ballroom fell silent. Daniel stumbled, his hand clutching his stomach. Blood bloomed across his crisp white shirt. Emily screamed, "No!" Who pulled the trigger? Nathan stood there, chest heaving, fists clenched. But he wasn't holding the gun. Rebecca, Emily's best friend, her maid of honor. She stood a few feet away, holding the gun steady, her eyes burning with something dark. "He was never meant to marry you," she whispered. Emily's breath caught. "Rebecca, what are you doing?" Rebecca turned to Nathan, her voice trembling with emotion. "It should have been us, Nathan. It was always supposed to be us. I loved you before she did, before she stole you from me." Nathan's brows furrowed in confusion. "What are you talking about?" Tears welled in Rebecca's eyes. "Your father promised me. He promised me that you and I would be together, that it was meant to be. But then she got in the way. And then, Daniel." She glanced at Daniel, bleeding out on the floor, and scoffed. "He ruined everything. He tried to tell you the truth." "Truth?" Nathan narrowed his eyes. "What truth?" Rebecca's lips parted. "Nathan, your father?" Another gunshot rang out. Rebecca's body jerked violently before she collapsed to the floor. Standing behind her, gripping a smoking gun, was Nathan's father. His face was calm, cold. "No one threatens my family and walks away." Police sirens wailed outside as the ballroom descended into chaos. Guests whispered, security stormed in, paramedics tended to Daniel. Nathan stood frozen, staring at Rebecca's lifeless body. Then Emily collapsed to her knees, sobbing uncontrollably. A detective approached. "We need to ask some questions." Nathan's father stepped forward smoothly. This was self-defense. The girl was out of control. The detective nodded but glanced at Emily. And you? You have anything to say? Emily's hands trembled. It's all a lie. Nathan turned sharply. What? Tears streamed down Emily's face. I never cheated on you, Nathan. I swear to God, I never touched Daniel. The video, it's fake. That's impossible. His voice was hoarse. We saw you. Emily looked up, her lips trembling. My father made it. He set me up. Silence. Absolute suffocating silence. Nathan's eyes darkened. Why would your father? Emily shut her eyes, forcing herself to say the words. Because I'm pregnant. A gasp swept through the remaining guests. Emily's voice shook as she continued. Not with your child, Nathan. With your father's child. Nathan stumbled back as if he'd been punched. That's not... No. That's a lie. Emily's tears fell freely. He forced me. And when I told him I wanted to leave, he made that video to humiliate me. To make sure I had no choice but to marry you. Nathan turned to his father, his breath coming in short gasps. Tell me she's lying. Tell me this isn't true. His father didn't flinch. He simply buttoned his jacket, straightened his tie, and turned to the detective. Are we done here? The detective frowned. We'll need to take you in for questioning. Nathan watched as his father was led away. Emily curled into herself, sobbing. Daniel was rushed to the hospital, his fate unknown, and Rebecca's body lay still on the ballroom floor, never getting the love she so desperately craved. The wedding was over, but the nightmare had only just begun. If this story kept you on the edge of your seat, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more thrilling stories. What shocked you the most? Rebecca's obsession, Emily's dark secret, or Nathan's father's twisted plan? Let us know in the comments below.